Welcome everybody, and today I'm going to be ranking money making methods from worst to best inside of Misery. Now before we get into the video, make sure you like as well as subscribe if you are new. We're aiming for 2,000 subscribers by the end of January, but with that out of the way, let's hop in. I'm going to be using certain criteria to rank each and every one. First is going to be how often can you make money? Next, how early can this method be done? And lastly, how much does it pay? Now that we're up to date on the rules and criteria of the video, let's go ahead and hop in to number 5. Now coming in dead last, we're going to have hunting for rubles. You should never leave your bunker expecting, oh yeah, I'm going to just go hunt and find some laying about. You can, but they are extremely rare. They have one of the lowest spawn rates in the entire game. But let's move on to criteria. First, how often can you make money doing this? I'm going to say if you're lucky, every 30 minutes to an hour. Obviously, you can find them more. You can find them a lot less. I didn't find a single one for 2 hours trying to get clips for this video. So, like I said, don't make this your main money-making method. Second, how much money can be made? On average, you're going to find about $30 to $50 most of the time when you find a stack. And lastly, how early can this be done? It can be done as soon as you start off. You can find them anywhere. However, they are commonly found on tables like this, just laying about. So keep that in mind. Coming in at number 4, we're going to have hunting and selling the trophies. Now, this isn't a bad method at all. It's just a number 4 because the others are simply better. Obviously, early on, all you have to kill are deer and boar, which ultimately don't sell for the most amount of rubles. As you can see, a deer trophy sells for 25, deer skin is going to sell for 15, and then a boar trophy is going to sell for 10. Now, the main part of this, and the reason it's at number 4, is going to be the other trophies, such as the twins and the rat wolf. These can only be found in the city map, which is past a mission 10. This completely eliminates the ability to earn more money early, which is kind of the whole point we're looking at here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the criteria. First is going to be how often can you make money? Now these guys are not super rare. You're going to be making money every single time you sell a trophy. Now earlier on, that's the issue here. You're not making a lot of money early because the deer and the boar, even though they're a little bit more common, they're not giving you as much money, which leads into number 2, how much money can be made. Overall, if you kill the twins and the rat wolf, you're looking at a way higher payout, but obviously by then, you probably have other sources going on. If you finish this video, you'll see what I'm saying. But like I said, we're judging for early on how fast we can get this up. So how much money can be made early? Not a ton, okay? You're gonna have 25, 15, add that together, you have 40. Go ahead, add the 10 on top if you kill an extra board. That's about 50 a run on average, which is not terrible, but for early on, you might want something better. Coming in at number 3, we're going to have junk trading, and I feel like this is the most common way to make money, especially early on. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best method either. You'll simply find items when you're out looting, such as armor plates, copper wiring, light bulbs. Pretty much anything electrical, this guy is going to take off your hands. Now there are a few things I recommend you keep an eye out for when you're looting. The first is going to be the handmade antenna. This is going to sell for 24 rubles. Next is the radio. It's going to sell for 20. And lastly, gasoline is going to sell for 16. Now this doesn't mean to just ignore everything else, as you're going to find a lot of light bulbs, game bricks, and mainly copper wires and armor plates. I feel like these are the most common out of everything. So you'll definitely be finding a lot of these, and don't be afraid to pick them up. Now moving on to the criteria. First, how often can you make money? You're going to be making money every single expedition, so 20 minutes on average. If not, you can run back, sell, come back out, do whatever you want, but on average, it's going to be about 20 minutes. Next, how much money can be made? You're going to be making around 50 rubles each time you enter Cerzez. So 50 rubles every 20 minutes or so, if not a little less, sometimes a little more. And lastly, how early can it be done? It can be done from a mission 1, which is why this is dead center. It's very easy to start, very easy to do. So I highly recommend this method, especially early on. Now coming in at number 2, we have selling any excess guns. which you can start this as early as around a mission 5 if you get duplicate pistols and stuff. But later game, this is going to be absolutely insane. Certain guns like the Saiga 12 or the awhile can sell for upwards of 100 rubles each. Now you're going to be getting duplicate weapons pretty much as soon as you get into the city. If you focus on areas with military boxes like the crumbling building with the orb, or even just the floating trucks outside, you're going to find tons of military boxes. Not to mention, once you get into the bunker, you're going to be finding weapons everywhere. This table right here has one of the highest spawn rates for a weapon. This is located in the crumbling catacombs area, whatever it's called. There's also military boxes located on both sides of the room. And then if you travel a bit down the corridor, you're going to find another identical room with the same table, more military boxes, and more opportunities to find weapons. Now, like I said, some weapons sell for a lot more, but there are also weapons that you're just not going to want to keep. Once you get your first AR or SMG, anything like that, sell every single pistol you own, because there is absolutely no reason you should ever be using a pistol once you have a better weapon. Now, I want to give you guys a couple tips before you go ahead and sell these weapons. First is going to be make sure you always have a Saiga 12 and an awhile. Don't sell these if they're your only weapon. You always want to have a duplicate, at least of these two weapons. Once you do, every other weapon in this game will not matter because they are just simply that overpowered. Of course, you can obviously throw in the SVD as well if you just want some raw stopping power, especially at a long range. Next tip is to remove all attachments from your weapon before selling it. If you don't, they will get sold with the weapon. And on top of that, make sure you sell the weapon with lower durability. As you can see here, this Saiga has 313. The new Saiga obviously has 350. So go ahead and sell the weapon with lower durability. And as you can see here, after I've sold all 6 weapons, I have made 355 rubles that fast. Moving on to criteria, how often can you make money? You're going to be making money pretty much every single expedition later on. Once you reach the city, and especially in the bunker, weapons become super common to find. This leads into how much money can be made. Like I showed you, $355 off 6 weapons. So if you're grabbing pretty much every single weapon you see, you're going to be stacking cash fast. And lastly, how early can this be done? This is the only thing that kind of drags it down just a little bit because it's mainly past a mission 10. Obviously, you can find duplicate pistols earlier on, but they're not going to sell for anywhere near as much as assault rifles, submachine guns, stuff like that. So of course, that kind of drags it down a bit, but it's still an insane method. Now coming in at number 1, we obviously have the farm. This is going to be the most insane money-making method, considering you can just have it running in the background while you play. Obviously, things like carrots, cucumbers, they're going to sell for a bit more money, but what we're focusing on is wheat. This is going to automatically replant itself every single time it's done, and it's just going to cycle over and over and over until the whole large crop is filled. Now you could find a large crop for free. If you find the meadow field, the house that has the wind turbine on the side, just go inside that house, and on the right hand side, you're going to find a free large crop. Go ahead, pick that thing up, and bring it back to your base. Now don't be like me, make sure you have a cleared inventory before you start carrying all of this over. It's just going to help you. You're not going to have to make as many trips, especially if you have a lot of farms like I do. So just clear out your inventory. It's going to help you a lot. Now wheat is going to only sell for 1 ruble compared to carrots and cucumbers, which sell for 5. So once you have a big enough farm, I obviously recommend planting wheat as well as carrots and cucumbers. But I cannot stress to you guys how nice it is to not have to worry about your farm. It's just going to be auto producing in the background, and you can simply cash out anytime you want to. Now the final criteria, how often can you make money? Again, pretty much every single expedition. If you want to, you can immediately cash out, or you can wait for them to fill fully, which is about an emission and a half, I believe. So still not long at all. Next, how much money can be made? If you don't do what I did and you actually clear out your whole inventory, you can make upwards of 100 to 150 per trip, which is insane considering that you pretty much did nothing for this. You just let it sit in the background and it made you free money. And lastly, how early can it be done? pretty much from the start if you're lucky enough. If not, you can use a small crop, which still you can craft as early as a mission 1. So again, this can be done from as soon as you spawn in to pretty much as late as you play the game. But that is going to wrap up the video for today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, a like is always appreciated, as well as subscribing if you are new. We're aiming for 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you want to stay up to date with all the most recent Misery news and information, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, all that good stuff. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.